right, when are you ready, Marcus? Oh, all right.
All right, hold on, ready? All right, let's go. Hold on. And welcome y'all to Black of the Berry. This is gonna be the poetry edition, late night hour. Listen, I'm your man, Berry Gang Dean. That right there is the Madman Lowe's.
What's going on, people?
We have a great American poet, Brendan Walsh, in the building.
How you doing?
Peace, everybody. Peace. So what's up, Mr. Walsh? How you feeling there, sir?
Thank you for coming on the show, my man. I appreciate
we
it.
appreciate
Thanks for having me. This is super cool. I'm all right, you know. I had some car trouble.
You had some travel woes.
I had some serious travel woes.
Let the people know about it because you're on a tour. So let them know. Yeah. Let the people know.
So I'm on a cross-country poetry tour called the Great American Poetry Crawl, where I started in Hollywood, Florida, which is my home, and I'm ending in New Haven, Connecticut, which is my old home. So in between there, I'm stopping at a bunch of different cities and doing poetry readings with local authors there. And in Savannah,
That's fire.
Talk about it. Hold on.
Thanks,
hold on.
man.
Hold on. Peace.
Yeah. So I was in Savannah, and I just bought this used car 4 months ago, and I stopped in the park, wherever, some park, to do just a kettlebell workout, you know, because you got to stay in shape on the road.
Absolutely.
And it just wouldn't start, and it completely died. And the mechanics in Savannah couldn't fix it, and they were like, "Dude, just this car sucks. You have to dump it." I just bought this car.
Wow.
So I had it shipped back to Florida, and I got a rental car, and I just continued on the road. But obviously, it's causing a shit ton of stress in my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now here's a question though: have you found any inspiration through that in some writing?
You know, I actually have. Yeah, I actually have. I wrote a poem immediately after, and I've been reading it at all the readings.
Nice.
Yeah, but it is just a thing that has been weighing on my mind. I need to I don't know, scream or something.
Absolutely.
Just to get it out. I'm not going to do it into the mic, but
Please
Right,
don't.
right.
Yeah.
From my ears, please. From my ears.
The levels with spike.
Yeah, please don't.
So one. The person who sold you, was it an individual? Or did you go to a lot?
I went to a used car dealer who was
Shun him
very
right now.
well regarded.
Shun him right now. Add him right now.
I'm not gonna because I'm I have this hope that
He's gonna do right.
I've been thinking about this. I had this hope that maybe he would be like, yeah, I fucked up. Here's another car. That's my fantasy.
Right.
It's not
So if I
happening.
say it now, I don't want to tarnish. You don't think so?
Okay. No,
Okay.
listen. What you gonna put positivity?
Put the bad juju out. I get it.
Put
I
the
get it.
positivity in there.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm trying to be positive. But yeah, so that's
It's not going to happen, though. I'll be the one to tell you.
well, I'm gonna come back if he fucks me over, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. We'll add him. We'll see that?
Yeah.
We'll add him.
We're gonna add that
seriously
motherfucker,
add him.
and
Yeah.
then we will fucking make sure that we drive his Yelp reviews in the fucking ground.
All right. We don't do all that. But anyway.
Listen, well, I don't know. I've been watching a lot of South Park.
Yeah. So I want to know this is fascinating to me. So tell us about you had what was the motivation on doing the tour?
So I love road tripping, and I've done a lot of traveling, just being from up north, but now living in the south. So I've done this road trip a bunch of times, and I'm passing through all these cities every time that seem really cool, but I've never ever stopped in them because I'm always just got to get to the destination. So I'll just drive 20 hours straight or whatever. And so this time I was like, well, I have this new book coming out. I can stop in all of these cities, and I research who's there, and all of these cities have super cool literary communities.
Nice.
Who would have thought that Savannah or Richmond or Jacksonville had all of these writers doing all of these cool things? So
Right.
yeah, that was pretty much it. I want a road trip, and I'm a writer, and I feel like this is a way to actually combine these two things that I really love.
That's fire.
So now, so far, where's been the coolest place that you have gone?
Oh, I don't want to be mean, but I'll tell you. Okay, so now
Hence the interview.
So my favorite city that I was just whoa, this is a place I could really live, was Richmond, Virginia, where I was at I guess just a couple days ago. I was staying in this place called the Fan District. It was really cool. Really cool place. Lots of awesome stuff going on. Architecture's really sweet. My best reading, though, was in Wilmington, North Carolina, which is
Yeah.
probably
Ooh,
kind of
North Carolina, absolutely.
Yeah, it was really
Carolina's
great.
the place.
Yeah, it was dope. The other readers were really good. A bunch of people showed up. It was a Monday night at some used bookstore called Old Books on Front, and the entire town of Wilmington showed up. It was awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So those are my two tops so far.
And
but-
so far.
So
Yeah.
do you get nervous reading in front of those people, or you have a good, public speaking standing, or?
I think I'm pretty comfortable doing poetry readings because I've done so many of them.
Right.
I think I have initial the goosebumps that
Yeah, the
everybody
jitterbugs
gets. But
and-
once I'm reading, it's kind of like in a sport where the game before the game, you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And then once it starts, you can like
kind of get after it.
Yeah, you
I'm
just
the
get
best.
after it.
I'm
Yeah.
the best at this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you tell yourself every day when you wake up.
I piss excellence. Yeah.
That's what you do?
No, I don't. But I'm also very humble. So what I try to do.
Are you humble?
I'm very humble. Don't let these sunshades fool you. You know what I mean? I got these from 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? I'm no different from anybody else. But I'm also the greatest black man that ever lived.
You are the second greatest black man to ever live because I am the greatest black man to ever live. You can't take my slogan.
It's out in the first. That's your slogan.
My slogan.
Who? You know? No.
Me. That's me.
No.
That's me. I've been saying it. Me.
I don't see no little trademark. I don't see no copyright.
I am the trademark god.
All right. Anyway, Walsh.
what I'm
So
Wow.
yeah, that was powerful right there.
Yeah, that's a lot. Good banter.
Peace.
So what like I want to know is people know you.
First of all, can I just say this?
What?
He's got a shit ton of books.
That's what I'm about to say. You got a book coming out.
Thanks.
He's got a shit ton of books.
You got a book coming out. What's the name of it? Where can we
Sure.
What do we?
So I have 5 books. Two of them are out of print now.
Okay.
But the one that just came out is called Fort Lauderdale. It's just a short book. It's a chap book, like 25 pages or something. And it's about climate change in South Florida.
Oh.
So I just got that. It's from Grey Book Press, Grey Book Press. You can get it on their website. I'm also selling them at my readings, but I'm probably going to be out by the end of the tour because people are buying it.
That's
Good.
it. See?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm
I
selling
like that.
books.
I like
I'm
this.
moving
I
I
products.
like
That's
this,
what I'm
and,
saying,
and
merch.
basically
Yeah.
this is inspirational for people because this is all grassroots, right? This is like you're doing it kind of yourself. You
Yeah.
don't have anybody else doing it.
With the exception of my girlfriend, Mukefe, who I have to shout out. She
Yeah.
did all of the graphic design for the tour. So, like, all of our, anything that you see on social media, she created. So, like,
Groovis.
I didn't do that alone.
But here's the thing.
But yeah.
As your girlfriend, she
Yeah.
becomes your assistant. So that's still part of.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, that is. That's how it works.
Yeah, listen,
you know
when
what I
you're
mean?
dating somebody who's a content creator,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
undoubtedly.
an assistant, you know what I mean, and she makes sure everything is right. You've seen her before, and so
nice.
you make sure that you're not succeeding by yourself. So,
no one does.
Yeah,
No one
exactly.
does.
can't do it by yourself.
So what the people want to know, man, is we want to hear some bars, Walsh. We want to hear something. We got it. You got books out. You got this paper over here. You got a mini dissertation over here. We want to hear it.
We need.
All right.
Let's just and this is probably the first. No, this is one of our second times we've done an actual spoken words session. But
Second time with a poet for spoken word, and
Right.
then we had a rapper do a he spit,
yeah. So but
and then we had another one who wasn't prepared.
Who was
Bad times.
shade thrown. Shade is thrown.
Bad times.
Throwing the shade.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
he knows I love him.
Yeah, we do. Good friend of the show.
Absolutely.
But
Still ain't shit.
yeah. So all that to be saying this, let's hear it. You
All
want to do because you know what, people, I will actually match you
Let's go.
if you.
Let's
I mean,
go.
Really? You're gonna match the man?
Yeah. Do you? I don't know. Like how you want. I want you to go first because I'm a little nervous still.
Hold on.
It's the first time I've actually done
hold
this.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
Before we do this,
What's up?
listen.
Yeah.
I know you used to do poetry. I know this.
Okay.
I feel you.
Okay.
But remember,
Uh-huh.
you're asking to go after a professional.
All right. So let me go first. Let me bring my shit out
It's
first.
very easy to convince him.
Let me bring my shit out first. You know what? That's a very good point, my people. All right. So let me get right. Peace.
Peace, 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 peace,
All right,
peace.
let me get my shit ready. All right. So let me get
Hold on. Should we have any like that
background
like,
information.
some background music, just some like you know what I mean? I think you may need that. He may not, but I think maybe you know what I mean?
Nah, I
You
don't
that.
need nothing.
You don't need nothing?
Let me just get the bars off. You know what I mean?
Bars.
Let me just get this off because this is okay. All right.
There we go.
So Black of the Berry first here from myself. Anybody who doesn't know that I dabbled in poetry and writing. I thought I was a really good writer coming out of high school and college, but didn't turn out to be like that because I went to Hardwick. But anyway,
All of us went to Hardwick.
We
here.
did,
Say
yeah,
that.
look at that.
but anywho, yeah. So this poem is called "Eternal Battle," and this is basically the dichotomy between being a content creator and working for yourself, while also having a job and working for somebody else. Is where you feel unmotivated to work for somebody else and you feel completely motivated to work for yourself. So that's where this is coming from. Okay, you ready?
Peace, 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 peace.
We channel this. I'm not looking at the camera, so I'm just going to read this, all right? So, all right. The Art of War, Sun Tzu's Tactics. How do I apply that against my own antics? Metamorphosis from a boy to a man. Now I'm torn because I'm not doing everything that I can. 24 hours in a day, 8 hours for sleep, 8 goes to working for the man. I want to be more, learn and see more. On the road to entrepreneurship, I took a detour. This inner struggle, it's either slaving for a paycheck or grinding for the hustle. I can't be like Tom, Dick, and Harry in the cubicle, trying to be like Nip, Jay-Z, the influential. They say blacker the berry, sweeter the juice. But it's deeper the hole, longer the root. Clock in, clock out, what does it all mean? It saddens me that every other Friday I'm distracted from chasing my dream. Perception is key, and being a worker ain't for me. How do I liberate my inner boss without my soul as the cost? Inspiration for greater pastures, but I'm stuck in the slums. Mindset of a king, but the status of a bum. It must be my destiny because this is stressing me. The great architect looking down, knowing that he tested me. Rome wasn't built in a day. Irony how it takes longer to be built than it does to decay. Hourly wages led me astray when my real value was priceless. 9 to 5 terrorizing my dreams like ISIS. This is madness. There you go.
Peace.
Any
Good
takes?
shit.
Nice, bro.
Thank you. Sorry, my sweaty hands. I'm a little.
No, man, I'm sweaty
Nah,
too.
I was pretty nervous for me just now.
That was some good shit though. Good shit.
I mean, that's the truth, right? That's
Yeah.
the truth.
And that's one of kind of like I wrote it at work.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I was
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
just because it's like something I needed to do, and it just like I felt like so torn between, like I want more, and it's like people say that all the time, like you see all these motivational tweets and quotes and stuff like that. It's like, why not you, and that's my thing. It's like, why not, like just because I'm doing this doesn't mean I want to do this forever, and that way I'm my own boss. Like I can do whatever. I set my trends, and it's just, that's kind of how I've been feeling lately. So that was the internal battle.
Yeah. I wrote so many poems when I was working in an office. Luckily, I don't anymore, but, now I'm in a classroom. But,
Yeah.
when I was in an office, I would just shut my office door, and, like, pretend that I was doing work, but I was actually writing poems.
Oh, nice.
So, I'm with you. Yeah.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, solidarity,
100%.
for real.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into yours, man, because
All right.
mine's was, you can see the professionality on this. Mine's is drawn on a quick little
But
notepad.
it came from a place that
Yeah.
a lot of people know.
Yeah, that's
A lot
true.
of people know that
I hope,
place.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't. Well, they will now.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Can we get some background knowledge about this, or is it?
yeah, I'll talk about it. Yeah, sure. So, I love to sing karaoke. My
Okay.
favorite karaoke
Oh, hell
song
yeah.
is, well, not anymore, but my favorite karaoke song for many years was Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. Real basic white dude, like, you go in, drink a lot, and sing Semi-Charmed Life. So, so this is a poem about that, and it references my time living in Korea.
Oh, shit.
Sort of,
Which one?
the
Okay.
South one. Yeah. I was a teacher there right after I graduated. This is what it's about. It's called karaoke. And I do a little bit of singing in it, so I apologize. It's not meant to be good singing.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
Get after it.
Karaoke. Your song has always been Semi-Charmed Life. Since you, lager swaggered, picked up a mic in the electric smoke of Korean karaoke clubs. 15 humans packed and swaying, chanting, I want something else. All closed-throated and red-eyed, wanting things, other things. Not those grinding, boozy nights. Not 6 a.m. singing till breakfast spots shook sleep from neon streetlights. Your song is Semi-Charmed Life because you can afford to be basic in front of some dull mic. You don't care. You're blazing shameless. Don't care that everyone knows the chorus because only the few who own these words have each verse burnt in them like the Lord's Prayer. Everybody's ready with do-do-do, do-do-do-do. But once I'm packed and I'm holding hits, they all shove straws in their teeth and watch a body become song and heat. Been yours since 1997 when all 3 radio stations played Sugar Ray's Fly or Third Eye Blind 200 times per day. So you couldn't wait to get in your mom's minivan and hear the drums burst into rolling angst that you understood but didn't understand. You simply knew it blew up inside your skull and bled the warm hum of pure energy like burning liquor in your limbs. You're never too young to learn the world punches people apart, picks them pale of each thing but desire, the something else they want but never have. You can't be too young to realize the want follows you everywhere. Still, you're trying to get through this somehow, and somehow you never forget the words, even after you've pulled the curtain on this life, baby, and only found fetid scraps of charm. Sound drunk up there on the mic, you're spinning recklessly into verses like you've done for 20-something years. This is your best impression of getting through this life, baby.
Peace. That was heavy.
Fucking
That was heavy.
shit.
That was heavy. That was
Thanks,
heavy.
guys.
That shit was like life punches you, everything away from you but your desire. Boom. That was like what Flex, when Flex be trying to start this shit and be like, woof. Like that's what that part was. That was the part for me. I was like, oh, that was where man, listen, me and Justin did karaoke and we did we did Rick James, but that shit will never let me. No.
You guys ever thought about how sad karaoke actually is?
Yeah, it is.
That's the truth.
I mean, because I think in it has the sadness of it. It also comes. It is a small island of absolute happiness.
It's true. It's true. It's a release. It's a release.
Especially depending on what song you pick. You know what I mean, if you pick,
very true.
If you pick something that's vibrant and fun, you gotta embrace it, especially if you're drunk. So.
But then if you go up there drunk and then you're just not feeling it, and then you just start singing.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta pick a
favorite, song that you guys made love to. It just fucking the whole vibe up.
I mean, you can't go up there drunk and be like, "See you at the crossroads." It's just not something you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
You have to pick a song that people are going to listen to. Yeah. When people go up there and they do ballads, I feel like everyone shuts off. You have to go up with some high energy shit.
Exactly.
Makes people want to sing along with you.
I'm a Survivor or Tina Turner or something. You can't go up there with
have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Justin, I mean, you got anything? What's up?
Listen. Peace and chicken, because peace and chicken is love. Love is chicken and love is peace.
Peace. That was fire, bro.
Yeah, y'all saying
really
I tried.
good.
Yeah, I worked really hard.
What was your inspiration behind that, dude?
Chicken and peace and love.
And what's the correlation between those things?
A Puerto Rican.
Okay. Fair enough. That would.
And you know who you are.
That would definitely be it. Yeah.
There we go.
But so back on your tour.
Sure.
When can I go? When can I come with you?
Yeah, man. You can come with me to
I'll
New Haven.
I'll open up for you.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude, I'd be so down.
Peace.
That'd be great. Next stop is New Haven on Thursday.
Oh, so you're nearing the end
shit.
because you're.
I'm coming up on the end. I'm going to swing back down and hit up Charleston on the way back down.
Okay.
So I have 2 more stops. Yesterday I did Baltimore.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited. It's cool to go back to New Haven where I got my master's. So that's where I really came into poetry.
Right.
So it's cool to go back to a place that I read at when I was younger and probably not as good at writing or performing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 6 years later, I'm back in the same place. But that happens a lot,
Back in it. Fucking shit
Life
up.
comes 360 sometimes,
Now,
it does.
Now I do have a question.
This is a heavy question because you interjected pretty hard just now.
I do have a question.
Do I need to open my laptop for this? Is it do you research any of this?
You may have to.
Okay.
May have to.
All right. Okay.
So, let the people know that you do poetry. You have books. You know, you have books.
Peace.
Peace. But You also fuck shit up in strongman now, don't you, little
Oh, that's a nice thing to say.
Let's talk about it. I know you've been doing it for about 9 months now,
you
right?
You can kind of tell here, somewhere around here. See these?
Yeah, you see that? Yeah, he does a little something.
Oh, what the heck?
Okay, a little sex appeal for the ladies.
He's letting y'all know.
A little coffee with the cream, if you know what I mean.
No coffee, straight cream.
There's no coffee here.
So here's the question. So what got you into strongman? Because you compete in so for the people out there who may not understand, strongman comes in a lot of different forms and body shapes. They do have weight classes besides the big monsters that you see on television. So you compete in a. We're supposed to have a competition pretty soon. We're supposed to do it this time, weren't we?
You're supposed to do a strength competition?
The lighting. See?
So I thought it was going to be endurance, but he was going to do strength with me, and I was like, okay, we can
You should
do
do
that.
both.
I'm cool with the strength.
because he knows he's got the strength part. So
and he knows he's got the endurance part.
I don't
there
know.
you go.
I don't know if
It'll
I
be a
know
tie.
that. I don't know if I know that because
Really?
Listen, man, I'm in the heavy support of the 420 movement, so that's all I'm gonna say.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So I don't know. Endurance is not really one of my strong suits. I never really liked endurance. I hate conditioning. I think it's pointless.
Well, you were better than I was. I was always a lineman, and you weren't. So were.
Yeah, but we conditioned because of default, not because I wanted to.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Back on track. We'll figure out me and you's competition and shit later. We'll figure that shit out.
You was ducking, and you still ducking.
How am I ducking? We got him here right here. He's got kettlebells. What you want to do?
We can. What?
I
what?
do. I have one in
He's
the
got
car.
kettlebells. What you want to do?
What you trying to do?
What you want to do?
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart.
What you saying? What's good?
Kevin Hart has a kettlebell workout. We can hit the parking lot after this. What you saying?
What you trying to do?
Well, all right,
Yeah,
we'll
let's do it.
We'll talk about it after.
We'll talk about this after.
We'll talk about it after.
You know what I'm
Training
saying?
session together.
Yeah.
Now you've been doing it for about 9 months or longer.
Yeah, so I when I lived up here, I did 2 like novice competitions, so not the open division, and then I was off for 3 years. I have never trained strongman until 9 months ago.
Nice.
I've competed. I started competing in Florida about a year ago, and since then I've done 4 competitions.
Nice.
I got most recently second in Miami's Baddest Man in the 175-pound weight class, and I got
Talk about it. Let them know.
second
175.
in Florida's Strongest Man. So both of those qualified me for nationals. So Strongman Nationals is in September. And I'm competing in that, and I'm terrified because it's real heavy. Real heavy.
Listen, people. We have someone who is going to nationals in strongman, and I'm going to say it here. He's going to fucking take it.
Well, I don't know about that.
Listen,
I'm
I don't
going to
give a
go there. I don't know if I'm going to take it.
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
Justin.
Now listen. You know why? You have to go out there. Listen, you put into the universe. You know what I mean? You keep
Perception
doing
is
it.
key.
Listen, absolutely. Why not?
Huh?
You got second. So why can't you go in there and win it? Why not? Fuck it.
Don't be humble.
Fuck these
Don't
people.
be humble.
Fuck all these people.
You a bad motherfucker. All right.
You a bad motherfucker there.
So what kind of exercises and competition what are the events and the lifts?
Yeah. So
what do you got to do? Like
the
squat?
cool thing
like
about
squat a truck?
strongman is that every competition is different. It's not like powerlifting where you have like squat, bench, deadlift. Every competition,
Right.
every strongman show is going to have different movements. So you can't ever just train consistently. You have to train a bunch of different things. But every event will probably have a press. It will never be an easy press. It will be like a log or a keg or like a block. It will have a deadlift of some sort. Could be a car deadlift. Could be axle deadlift.
Oh Jesus.
It will have some sort of moving event, which is the one that I'm good at. So like farmer's walks, keg carries, and then it'll have like a stone load or like a keg load. So it'll have those 4 kinds of things mixed up in some way.
Oh.
So it's never the same. So what I do is just do a little bit of everything, like every week.
So I'm thinking to myself because I'm thinking like, I mean, I live in the gym playing football all day. So, your technique is key. So in terms of like, let's say like, it is different, but sometimes let's say you would be, regular straight squat or straight, facing squat. And then you have to do something a little bit different. How do you
like
train?
the farmer's walk.
Right. How do you train, like you said, how do you train, have the consistent, technique and things that you don't know what you're facing,
I mean, part of it is you got to have that base. So, like, if you've been in the gym and if you've been, like, squatting and benching and deadlifting, you're going to have, like, enough strength to do, like, a solid amount of weight. After that, you have to start specializing. You know that if the event will tell you about 12 weeks ahead of time what there's going to be. So, yeah, you can train for those events specifically.
Oh, okay, all right.
The thing that messes me up is that if you you train for these specific events, you do that competition, and then that's over, and you'll never have that lineup of events ever again. So then you have to start training an entirely new, different thing.
But it has to be great for just keeping your lifting fresh.
Oh yeah,
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, 'cause you're shocking the body still.
100%. That's why these guys get so fucking strong and massive and stupid. Like, it's just not stupid. Like, I mean, like, just stupid strong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking ridiculous.
And it's also like, think about it, like, you know,
Eddie
like,
Hall's
like
fucking
think about it like a
1,200 pounds, right?
Yeah.
like an
Deadlift,
MMA
disgusting.
fighter or like a boxer. Like, they train for one specific opponent. You know what I mean? So, and they maybe will never face that opponent again. So every, you know, it's like the same thing.
Or styles,
or
right?
like or styles, styles you might see again. You
Yeah.
know, or you know, it's not like golf where you see the Pebble Beach is going to be the same Pebble Beach every year. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
you know, and I think that's kind of amazing because, like you said, you're shocking the body, and you're also like, it's something new. You're like, whoa, I got to remember because last time some shit like this kicked my ass, so now you could learn from it.
Yeah, and I love that it's so humbling to people that think that they're strong, like gym strong people, barbell strong people.
That strongman shit is.
Yeah, like you can. There are guys that can deadlift 600 because they're really good at deadlifting, like on a deadlift bar. They have perfect
The hex
technique.
bar, yeah, that shit is genius. I love that shit.
Then they get into a stone and they can't lift a 200-pound stone. So like the carryover is not always there, which is cool because then if you're someone like me I'm like, you know, fairly gym strong, but I can just get really good at like moving events. So even though I'm not the strongest guy, I can still get in the top like 2
Right.
in the state of Florida.
because you know, and that's what I'm saying. It's like you like.
Second strongest 175-pound man in Florida.
Well,
Hilarious.
That competed.
that competed. Yeah, there's other guys.
I hear that.
They
I
could
hear-
be, you know,
at the-
there
at
was
the
guys
end-
better than Jordan off the court. You know what I mean?
But do we know their name?
No, but
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
that doesn't mean they
Max.
don't exist though. That's saying.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if they could have won 7 championships. They were at the crib for his 6. It is what it is.
That's true.
If they wanted to name claim, they could have faced them.
Yeah,
They didn't.
some of them. Jordan pulled up. He pulled up, did shit like that.
He pulled up to Florida. They didn't.
Okay, you right about that.
Don't give a fuck.
Now, is there an entry?
Beta
fee?
Zot till we die. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, there is entry fees. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, as we were saying before. You know, a career that you pay for. So yeah, I mean, it's not crazy. The thing that you're really investing is your time and how
Training,
much.
yeah.
Yeah, like how much emotional energy you want
How's
to put
your
into
diet?
it. My diet has actually gotten a lot looser since I started training.
Because you burn it off so much more.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, because I'm just like my Saturdays when I'm doing strongman Saturdays. I train at this place called Margate Barbell in Margate, Florida.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Margate Barbell. They're awesome. They just have a bunch of random strongman shit. So we'll train for like 4 hours. Just random guys will come in. This dude Hakeem Fitzgerald. Shout out to Hakeem. Just a dude doesn't compete in strongman, but he's log pressing like 300 pounds. So I'm training with these absolute like monsters. And
Hilarious.
like 4 hours a day. So yeah, I eat whatever I
Long
want
press of
now.
300 pounds?
Dude, it's crazy. Yeah.
Disgusting.
And he's like strict pressing it too. He's not putting any hips into it.
Shut up.
He's a freak. Yeah, I'll show you some videos after.
Jesus Christ.
Great guy.
See, that's
And he's
what-
only like 23.
That's no.
See, like I've always
straight
been
behemoths. Like,
I've always
like,
been gym strong, but like I've always like the strongman stuff is like recently kind of like been very interesting to me.
You got to do it, man.
I think you have the build for it.
Yeah, you'd be great.
I do, but then it looks fun. It's something I definitely like. We were talking a little earlier.
Yeah.
I went on like listen, I was watching
And why
Brian
not,
Shaw.
man? You're facing that internal battle, man. Why not be the best one you could be?
Yeah.
Peace.
Because honestly, I just don't feel like running like all these vials of tests and
You don't have to
DECA
do that,
and-
Justin.
Yeah, you're right. I could do it naturally.
I'm natural.
But then it's like I know me. I'll fuck around and be like, you know what?
I'm not losing.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause you guys, like for instance, so for me, if I were to get into it, the first person on my radar would have to be Rob Kearney because he's my size.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I got to get to you.
Yeah.
So and then if I have a problem getting to him, I can see myself being like, well, you know what, this motherfucker is probably
but it's
taking
also-
Lord knows what.
but
But actually, I don't. Let me not say that. Let me not say. I don't know. I don't know. He could be fucking clean. I don't fucking
But
know.
it's also experience,
But on I'm gonna say for the most part, all those motherfuckers doing what they do. The only one who can lay claim that he was actually clean is Mark Henry. The rest of them really can't.
Mark Henry's a total
and I do understand and this is what they'll say that we get tested once a year for that competition. You just can get clean up. You can clean up for that shit, but I'm on average. Most of them motherfuckers take shit, and I don't want to go to that dark place.
Yeah,
I would.
I mean, they do. Yeah, I mean, of course they do. But
you have
it's-
you have to.
because
But I want
your
and I
body
want
can't
them
support
to.
that. Yeah,
I want, you know what I'm saying?
You want to see
Yeah.
freaks. You wanna see
I want to see that shit. Like I
freaks.
don't want to see these motherfuckers being normal. Like go
Yeah.
out there and fucking scare me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of like all
we're not
these
condoning
things.
that. We're not condoning
Yeah.
steroid
Bro.
PED use here.
I will.
I'm not condoning it.
Yeah, and I condone that shit. Why? Listen, in the strongman,
Shame on you all. Shame on you all.
in the strongman profession, in that realm, them guys should absolutely be allowed to take fucking juice.
But then like you're a strongman, but how much of it is actually you? You know what I mean?
It doesn't listen. At the end of the day, they still got to go out there and train their asses off to do that weight. You can put all that shit in you want to, and not do a goddamn thing. There were a few kids that we play college football with who shot up juice, and it did not show on the field.
Yeah, I mean,
It
it's
just
true,
didn't.
right?
It just didn't.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? It just didn't. And I'm not even. And everybody's gonna think about one person I'm talking about. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about a few other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, son, you still got to do the work.
Yeah.
You got to do Eddie Hall deadlifted 1,200 pounds.
That's a lot.
That's
The
insane.
most ever. Yeah,
That's the
Yeah.
most ever. He's a fucking freak.
He had to have like 3 belts on.
Fucking
His whole body was a belt.
he
It's
passed out afterwards.
Yeah, he had to.
He fucking lost this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see
Especially
that shit.
squatting too, because squat is a full body workout. So when I'm done squatting, I got to sit down for a
No,
second.
he deadlifted it.
Oh, he deadlifted. Oh, okay.
But that's
the same thing.
but then honestly, and you being in the strength into that strength field, shit. Won't you say deadlift's a king?
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing that will like humble you. My deadlift sucks right now too. It'll like make you feel like a little boy, or woman, whatever.
Yeah, no,
like
I
a
know what you
little
mean.
bit.
Yeah, it's fucking like, so for him to do 1,200, like, yeah, and he's not getting to that 1,200 without fucking. He's got to shoot some shit up because he's 6'3" and he was like 400 pounds.
What the?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, no, they're all very much.
now he's a sleek 370 with like a 6-pack. It's disgusting.
How?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's crazy.
And he's 6'2"
6'3", like
6'3".
370.
with a 6-pack.
Not a 6-pack, but
like it's there.
He's got like it's like
He's got the turtle shell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the HGH probably now. He's probably running some lighter shit. But I'm just
the deer antler spray and shit.
But you know what I'm saying? But I do believe that those guys should be able to fucking absolutely juice up. Why not?
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see gorillas. I want to go see fucking gorillas try to fucking kill each other and kill themselves while fucking lifting a whole bunch of other shit.
But they're at risk, my man. It's like the gladiator thing. Like you're putting these players.
They want to do that shit.
I know, but I mean,
So let them do it.
So, but football players want to do it too, and basketball players. These guys want to do PhDs and HGH and all this other stuff. But
If you really want my honest opinion, first of all, because if you think about it, steroids became illegal in the 80s.
right.
You know what I mean? So if they do research into it and they actually was able to control it and manage it properly, I would have no problem with performance enhancing drugs in sports. The only issue is that high school, like, the reason why those guys aren't allowed to do it is because they have younger people behind them looking at them. So it would look wild. Like we were growing up, Brian Earth, like imagine we knew Ray Lewis was doing juice. Oh, I'm doing juice in high school. You can't tell me nothing. Fuck out of here,
Yeah,
Mom.
damn right.
Nah,
a
son.
lot of kids are.
You know what I mean?
A ton of kids are.
I want to be like Ray Lewis.
Imagine like if it like how much more ridiculous it would be if
Way
you're
more
letting
confident.
those guys.
Open,
Yeah.
yeah.
But but the strongman is a whole different. That's a different niche field. Let them guys do what they do. Like we
Yeah.
shouldn't go in there trying to regulate that shit. Like let them. Like listen, if they want to fucking juice out, let them juice out. Just watch them for the amphetamines. That's the only thing I want to be careful with that. With the amphetamines, I don't want them like doing cocaine before they fucking go out there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, what they do is like they put their bodies through, and just to walk around at 400 pounds. It doesn't matter who you are and how much muscle you have.
Jump and shit, do normal
Yeah.
shit, bro.
Just like
It's a lot
your
of
whole
pressure.
life sucks. I mean, they're doing it because they want to be the absolute strongest person in the world in the history of the world. Now we're talking about the history of the world. So
Right.
like, yeah, I mean, I think what they all should do is what Eddie Hall did though. Like quit when you're 30.
Yeah,
like
just
then,
Absolutely.
and then have a normal life and don't die of a heart attack when you're 38.
100%.
But yeah, I mean, you can't tell a person who wants to be the best not to do something, right?
They're just wired that way.
Yeah.
And they're all like the extreme type A alpha males.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can't let them go out there and fucking kill themselves. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean, like not
Literally.
not literally, but like
Bust their ass.
Yeah, go out there and bust their ass. Figuratively, let them go out there and kill themselves.
Yeah.
Fuck it, because in a few years when we get big, we're gonna get so much trouble because of me.
Yeah, I just want to let you know.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Oh, I curse everybody. I don't be giving a fuck on this show because
Oh,
I don't.
whatever.
I don't. And that's my true opinion. Fuck
So they're gonna
That's who you
soundbite
are.
the shit out of you later on, like 5 years from now. They're gonna soundbite you. Dean doesn't like animals. You know what I mean? Dean thinks Wendy Williams is a man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like
we can. Well, okay. In today's climate, so I said that, and I said the Wendy Williams is a man thing, probably like in what when we were doing Unspoken Truth, but that's a little different.
I was joking about that.
That was.
I
Oh, really? I'm pretty sure I called her a man though.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Thank you for being accurate.
I'm just pretty sure. But once again, that was in a old political climate. You know, I would never call her a man in today's day and age.
Right.
Wendy is Wendy.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I'll see.
She just happens to be 6'5".
And I also thought that you
jealous.
You said something this weekend. You said I want to go on BTB and I want to recollect recant one of my statements. Didn't you say that? One of the things you wanted to.
Yes. Okay. Give me. We're gonna do this in this. So listen, Oprah. I apologize.
Call that Oprah? Wow, I'm sure she's really pissed off about that.
Eventually, one day she will be. I'm sorry, Oprah, about the terrible things that I had said.
It's Oprah, man.
You still fucked up for interviewing them motherfuckers about that Michael Jackson shit, and I still don't think you ain't shit for that one. But anything else I said, I do take.
She's
back.
got her own network, dog.
She still ain't shit for that one.
Her own network.
Like I said.
What'd she say about Michael Jackson? Okay, sorry.
But no, because what she did was she interviewed. So the whole Netherlands ranch thing kind of got brought back up again by these two individuals who had signed, they did the investigation years ago, and then they signed their statements basically saying that he never touched them, and now they're saying that he did touch them, and that they were coerced to doing that, and she gave them a platform and gave them this huge platform to basically slander Michael Jackson. And my thing is that, listen, he's fucking dead. The FBI turned everything out. The FBI raided his shit. We all have our reservations on if he did it or not. We all have our thoughts, but he's not here to defend himself. When he was alive, he beat it. Let that shit go.
Yeah.
I know I have my thoughts personally on if Mike did it or not, but he ain't here to defend himself on that. So I can't. I'm an asshole for bringing that up right now. I feel like
you fucked
that's
up.
just me.
You fucked up on the. That was fucked up what you said about Oprah, man.
She still ain't shit for that though.
It's fucked up.
It's funny. I'm recanting shit and still talking shit at the same time.
Yeah, no. But anyway,
whatever.
So,
but listen. So back to the to Walsh and his cool shit. Fuck all this other fuckery that we were talking about.
You was gonna say fuck Oprah again, wasn't you?
No, I was not.
You was.
I was not.
almost. I seen it.
I was not gonna say that. Why would you
it.
fucking say that? I would never say that again.
He said I'll never say it for the third time.
So are we all in agreement to letting strongmen just do steroids if they want to?
You know what? I'm still iffy about it. I'm still iffy about it, just because I'm still under the impression that like steroids is bad, and I hear it in Nancy Reagan's voice for some reason, which is so like
we have so many problems with Reagan, Nancy, and Ronald.
Yeah. I hear it in her voice, and I just hear it, and I think of like you think of like the Jose Cansecos and all the other people that did these drugs and PhDs, and I have a personal theory. I'm not gonna bring it out there because I don't want to publicize it and then have everybody come at me. But I will say it off air. But I have a theory about a basketball player.
And him doing steroids?
Yes, or HGH, PEDs.
I bet a bunch of them do, right?
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah,
Louis Armstrong was able to get off.
Louis Armstrong?
I mean, not Louis Armstrong, Lance Armstrong.
I was like,
the trumpet?
Yeah, the trumpet player.
He's like, I gotta juice up before today's.
I gotta do this. Not Lance, but Lance was able to test clean on all his shit.
He's only got one nut, right?
Yeah, a lot of them are.
I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
I don't know, but that can filter, factor things out.
Well, if he has
that's
one,
how it works.
if he has one nut, he probably would be able to. He would probably be able to then get test shots. I'm guessing. I'm not a doctor, so I don't fucking know. But,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
But he was blood doping, right? That was the thing that.
blood doping.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what the cyclist did.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, so a lot of the amateur strongmen use stuff. I mean, it's not tested. I don't. It's obvious that I don't.
And he came in second.
Yeah. I mean, I don't look like a person who uses steroids.
You don't look too angry either.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty.
That's a man.
Peace.
Yeah.
What? I don't think so. I experienced someone who had lived with someone
Well,
who
maybe
had steroids.
they were just a dick already.
No, he
Yeah.
wasn't. He was a fairly nice guy. But
You say you live with somebody?
yes, but once no, it's not in like college or anything. I personally lived with someone else. Yeah. So. Yes.
I'm starting to go back. I was like, I think I know who it was.
No. It wasn't in her work or anything.
Okay.
But So I experienced someone that was like totally cool, and then these roids took over, and they were like a dick the whole time, and like mad about the littlest shit. I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta go to the gym.
Maybe they just had small man syndrome, and he started getting bigger, and just went to impose his will.
Well, I mean, this person wasn't small. This person was, decent size, but it's just like he didn't need it in the first place, but he thought he did, and then kind of like took it, and then he's like, yeah, I'm a behemoth now, So, but yeah.
I mean, it's a difficult thing to talk about because there's a lot of like preconceptions about people that are using. I feel like many people that I've competed against, not like necessarily in my weight class, but in the same competition, are using, and they're just normal people who just
100%.
want like. And there's also dudes that have low test and they can get their test shot, and they'll do that.
That evens it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't mind if I lose to a guy that's on steroids. I think maybe I should have just trained harder or something. It's not going to affect my choices, but I do understand how if you're a young person, that's going to affect your choices. And like just like young could be 25.
100%.
Like I'm 31, so I'm like if I was going to make that decision, I would have made it
Yeah,
already.
you're still young.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah.
I know I look young.
Yeah.
Nah, you're still young.
I think it's the lack of the beard. You look.
Yeah, I can't grow a beard. It sucks. Both of you guys have nice beards.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm growing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
baby
look good.
Rick Ross here.
Yeah.
That's not a baby Rick Ross beard, God.
Stole it.
No, I'm not saying that, but look at it's in, but it's not fucking that status.
Because I got a haircut the other day, so it trimmed up. When I'm
You hear
like
this
when I'm
fuckery,
like
Walsh?
shaggy, I look
You
like
hear this fuckery?
it's
What is the baby Rick Ross beard supposed to look like?
like.
Mine would be more considered baby Rick Ross than his bullshit.
Do you see the jealousy right now?
No, it's not jealousy. I'm
You
just
need to
but
pull
then
out a
even,
picture of him.
No, but then even this, yeah, let's do that because
Let's take a look.
but then even this isn't even baby.
So what
Rick Ross
I got?
status.
I got LeBron James shit. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh my
There
god.
you go.
I got the King James
Honestly,
beard.
you do favor. You do like a 6 foot LeBron.
I look way better than LeBron. All right, and my hairline's not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay, but
This is Rick Ross.
I think he knows who Rick Ross is.
Yeah. Oh, but that beard looks fantastic.
Exactly. But then,
Very well taken care of.
But is his closer or mine?
It's a
Mine obviously is just like roughy right now. I haven't listened.
So
My
it's
bad.
not-
My bad, Ed. Shout out to Wreck the Barber. I gotta call
So
him
it's
when I go
not.
back
So it's
home.
not. It's not taken care of, which mine is.
But
which
yours
is more
looks
favors-
yours is like fucking horse manure, like fucking compared to that. Like,
Wow.
it's fucking shit.
That's mean.
I'm sorry. What? Horse manure.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. I lather this in coconut oil. Okay. Make sure my thing's okay.
Does it like I give a fuck? Like I give a fuck because I don't.
Shout out to G Funny.
Shout out.
Straight copied my man's work.
100%. Well, not give him a shout out. Obviously, everybody know where that shit was from.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
But back to Walsh. Sorry, we just go for these like tangents at times. Peace.
So in the midst of talking about poetry and strongman, we've been somehow, juggling that beautiful symmetry. So
yeah. And performance enhancing drugs.
yes, yeah. So I mean, I'm still. I don't know. You guys are not convincing me enough. I still think it's just. I think it's my perception is too tainted on the matter, and it's just that I just feel like
You know what it is? I think because like once again, most of these strongman guys are not going to compete. I mean, they're not going to admit to that they're taking the the goods. But I follow like the ones that I like really follow. Like I really like Eddie Hall, Brian Shaw, Robert O'Burse, and Rob Kearney. I bangs with and Nick Best. He's just an anomaly to me because he's 55 years old and he's still doing it.
What?
He's fucking crazy. He's a fucking savage. This
And
motherfucker is on the
55
history.
years old?
This motherfucker's on the History Channel, and he beat oh god, the Carousel Lift. The dude who had the Carousel Lift record originally.
What's the Carousel Lift?
Oh, what was his name again? He did on the Ed Sullivan Show originally. Whatever. But you
know.
fuckers can look him
Yeah.
up on Google if you want to.
What's
You got
the-
fucking smartphones.
What's the carousel lift?
Basically, it's a fucking it looks like a carousel and you attach it to your fucking hips.
Oh god.
This son of a bitch took
Do you,
basically
you like drag it or is it like a
you
press?
just lift, you just standing straight up with it.
Oh, okay.
He had 2,700.
Paul Anderson?
Paul Anderson, there we go. You
let's
see that?
go,
Look at
let's
that.
go.
Go ahead, there we go. That's why he's in education. Now, so Paul Anderson did like 2,700 pounds or something like that.
So you stand in the middle of it and you just kind of stand up.
Stand up with it. This
Okay.
motherfucker did it not once but twice because Eddie Hall called him out. One of them, when he did it, the piece didn't come up. Mm-hmm. So then he was like, "Yo, you ain't." He goes, you ain't do the.
Anybody could do one.
So then he did it. So then he did the second time, and then he got it all up. But he's like 55 years old. He had 2,700 pounds sitting on his motherfucking hips.
That's like some Ray Couture shit right there.
Bro, he's a fucking he's a fucking savage. That's why. Oh, and Martin Lissis. I just started following Martin like the last 3 months or so before he won this strongman shit.
Right.
Fucking young savage. He likes anime too. That's kind of why I like.
Yeah,
him.
he's kind of cool.
Yeah. He's like the coolest, most relatable strongman. Yeah. I would say like if you were to get into it, watch him. He starts all his videos up with fucking him with oranges like this. Hey guys, yeah. He does fucking I forgot what they're called, but get your rotators cup.
Okay.
Fucking warmed up and shit. Like that.
Yeah, they do with 10 balls.
Yeah,
10
all that kind of shit.
Yeah,
he uses oranges. But listen, I think this was a fucking great episode.
Peace.
Peace.
Any words you got to say to the people?
Encouragement, inspiration.
Shout out to. Wait, before you do that, next time you go on a tour, please invite us. We're gonna do a press release. We'll open up for you guys.
Oh, that'd be dope. Yeah,
we can organize this. We can make this a real thing.
I'll do like a comedy short thing, and then I can try to get a laugh or two before y'all come in serious. But I won't.
So you're gonna do stand up.
You know what
warm up for us.
You know what I think too. Also want to get your.
I have some material actually.
Okay.
I also wanted to pick your brain real quick before we go. Maybe like another couple minutes. But I noticed that the difference in terms of like people who take things seriously is the way they read it out. And the way you read it out made it seem like it was completely different how I read it out. You know what when to take breaths and how you structure it. So how would you like advice for the novice writers like myself or people who are trying to get back into it? And how do you make sure that when you write it you say it the way you want it to?
I would say I tell this to my students too. Just in anything that you write down, read it out loud and read it out loud a bunch of times. Just to yourself. You don't have to read it to anybody else because you'll naturally take breaths where you need to take breaths. So even if you have punctuation, that punctuation might not work when you're actually reading it out. So yeah, I mean, I read all this stuff. I've been reading this poem at like every stop. So it's just like reps. It's like anything. So yeah, just read it out loud. I think that's probably for everything. Grammar, performance, reading out loud is like an awesome tool.
Yeah.
Did you take any acting classes?
I used to do a lot of acting when I was like a kid.
There we go.
Like high school, I wanted to like be an actor. That was like what I thought I wanted to do.
I can see that.
Yeah, I don't like actors though, so it didn't really work out.
I definitely eventually want to become one. So.
You really? Well, I won't like you then.
That's fucked up. Maybe we could be friends.
Good to know your friendship's conditional,
yeah,
bro.
Conditional. Oh, you want to be an actor, motherfucker?
Yeah, sorry,
he's like, ooh,
don't bang with that shit.
As soon as you make that cross,
the second strongest man in Florida. Get the shit out of here. Fucking peon.
I don't have to like you. Yeah. So that was I wanted to do that because I think that. I figured what better time to come back into my poetry bag than now when we have another writer on the show. Yeah, so I just want to surprise the people with that. Maybe they didn't think that we were capable of doing things and linking up with people like you. So this is just putting them.
Spoiler alert, people. He's in my fraternity, fuckers.
Peace.
I said fraternity.
Yeah, nice, good.
I didn't call listen. I didn't use the dreaded 4-letter word.
Yeah, it's a 4-letter word.
Yeah, man. Yeah. To give him some age, he actually was the one who he was in when I was getting in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
4 years.
4 years.
4
so
years.
It was it was a great time back then, at Hartwick.
Those were easy times. That was 9 years ago, Justin. Right? 9 years ago. Isn't that crazy? I'm 31. I was 22 then. That's crazy.
I was 18. Yeah,
God.
Yeah. I was 18 when I
You
started.
didn't look like an 18-year-old. You looked like a grown man.
I
probably looked like an 18-year-old. Yeah.
You have to get ID'd still for sure.
Yeah, I do get ID.
I'm about to
I have
say.
gray hair though. This hair's
Don't
gray.
let that fool you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And white people pull that shit off all the time. Like,
Yeah, white people do that.
I'm like, wait.
Dye their hair gray.
Like, wait, what is going on here?
Mark's been gray since 18.
You're 18. Why do you have gray? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
been gray since he's been fucking 18.
But you know what? I think this is a good example and one of the rare examples of white don't crack. So keep it.
Look at that.
that's
Go
nice.
ahead
That's
now.
a nice
Look at
thing
that.
to say.
You know,
He uses cocoa
we'll
butter. That's
see.
why.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I live with a person who is not white, so I do have access to cocoa butter.
If he uses it or not, it's up to him. But it's just from being in the vicinity of it, it goes right into his pores. Where is his bag?
Yeah, I have cocoa butter in my bag, so it's funny that you say that.
Boom, there you go, people.
And the shea butters, you got to protect yourself and moisturate right
do.
there. For the people out there, sometimes I come out the shower and don't put no lotion on, no nothing on, make sure, because
When you're 50 and you look like you're 85, that's
I'm
why.
about to say, your age shows quicker in your hands and your neck. So just be careful. All right.
Handle that.
This is good. This is important information.
Yeah, you know?
I don't want people looking old.
Exactly. You don't. You want, and I also don't want people taking plastic surgery and Botox and pinning their face up like a piñata. You know what I mean? So
100%.
So be careful out there, ladies, and some gents who need work.
Oh, my Spanish brothers and sisters, before we head out, listen, y'all make sure y'all know y'all rights. ICE is out here on the, they on the island. So
oh my God,
True.
dude.
Yeah, they out here.
We
They're
don't even
knocking on
want to get
doors.
into that, man.
Check y'all shit. Nah, because I'm a little nervous. Because like I know some people who got their paperwork in the works and they own companies and they own homes and they they are better citizens than half the motherfuckers.
I'll give you a takeaway
You know what I'm saying?
right now.
True.
Since
2016, there's been like 2018, 3,000 African and Haitian immigrants along the U.S. border, the U.S. Mexican border.
Oh yeah, let's talk
Crazy.
about okay.
Crazy.
I'm
Since
just,
I didn't want to get it. I didn't really get into that because
before we leave, since you did it, we doing it.
I just feel like because ICE is out here doing shit, they're setting up fake universities. They're recruiting people to come there, and there's no actual university. It's run out of a regular office, and they have these brochures, and they have a heavy social media presence as if it's a real school, when in fact they're using it as a sting operation. And it's just fucked up because you look at it and you're taking advantage of it because these kids, especially some of these kids, want to come to, they want to come to the U.S. Under a student visa, so they look out for these.
Those are actually backed up right now.
Right, but
Extremely backed
this
up.
is another thing. So now they want to do that. So now they go to these. Sometimes it's like a you pay them and they give you the certificate. So they'll give you a certificate saying that you have been in a 4-year accredited school, so now you can go to the U.S. under the student visa. You know what I mean? Which is fucked up to do that, but I understand. But yeah, you got ICE taking advantage of that, man. And then now it's just like
at the end of the day, I understand that technically these people are breaking the law, but if they're not violent criminals and stuff like that,
right,
we need to be looking at a way to get them in here legally and
it's
safely.
It's just crazy.
But
under the Trump administration,
the
irony of the immigration, you know what I'm saying? It's just like,
his whole family's immigrants. I know.
What I mean?
But what I do want to point out,
what's up?
because I don't want to get too deep with Brother Walsh in here. You know what I mean? We don't do that. Okay, cool. Let's do it.
You know where I stand.
No, I know. Yeah. Well, here we're going to go. So in Mexico, we're all talking about ICE and what's going on in America.
Right.
Mexico, you're doing to African immigrants and Haitian immigrants
the same thing.
What America's doing to your people.
Yeah.
And you sitting here, you talking shit about Trump, how you motherfuckers gonna jump over the wall and fucking fly in and yada yada yada, all that kind of shit. But you can't even look at your own backyard and be humane to the people there. You got. Listen, there was an article out from the daily, daily.co.uk. You could check it out. There was a Haitian mother crying who was saying that she has a 14-month-old baby in there who the conditions are inhumane. They don't have drinkable water. You know, she's been in there for 14 days, barely had any food. The baby's basically dying. Nothing's being done. You see security right over there. You see the cops right over there. They're not doing a goddamn thing about it. Don't get me wrong. One wrong doesn't make another wrong right. But goddamn it, let's just stop calling it hypocrisy altogether. You know what I mean? Let's just call a spade a fucking spade. And everything, because it goes back to my conversation of if you can use that rationale for them, then how come you can't understand the rationale that these motherfuckers are using for here? It doesn't make it right. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, all of us are fucking immigrants.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Well, we were born here. You know what I'm saying? We have a different take on that. I was born here, so I'm not really an immigrant. I like, you know, my like I can trace back my fucking slavery. It was like I actually rode by the plantation, so I know I was born here. But it's just completely fucked. The hypocrisy of it's completely just fucked. You know what I'm saying? That's all I just want to call out.
Yeah, and I think
it's just fucked up.
It's the Trump administration as well.
But then yet everybody wants to supposedly just open up all borders. Could you imagine the fuckery that would happen then?
Well, I get that, yeah. But
because I don't trust our government.
People also got to understand that the immigrants also got to understand that it's a process to it. Like I understand, you know, things are like
because your people are first generation.
Yeah.
Well, you're first generation.
Yeah. So my parents are straight up direct immigrants. What people understand is that I understand that, you know, a lot of these Haitian and African people are leaving, you know, civilizations and their homes where that's being, you know, there's militias, what is it called? militias going on, and like in Africa, there's a whole bunch of that Syria war we talked about, a couple episodes ago.
Sure.
They had a situation in Darfur, and it's a lot. They don't want to live over there. You know what I mean? And it's like they come over here for a better chance, and just
they were trying to go to Mexico for a better chance, and Mexico telling them to go fuck off.
Well, I mean, come over here in terms of hemisphere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in terms of like, that so many people can do the student visa. So many people can pledge asylum, political asylum, and it's a process of it. It's like $3,000 a year, I think it is. So it's like you have people just sitting there idle, waiting for their name to be come across this.
But then I do understand, because you know what, you have to have a open and honest conversation about it.
Right.
So I understand the rhetoric that he's running on with it, because right now he's running on the whole, like, he's using MS-13 as his examples.
Right. Don't let nobody in because of these guys.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, I understand, like, security-wise why they feel certain ways about certain things, but there has to be a better mainstream way to do this. Y'all were able to get Ellis Island running.
Man,
see what I'm saying?
It's the same rhetoric that has been used by people in power to put working people and working class people against one another. Like, right? So that like poor black people and poor white people and poor South American people will never be able to talk,
unify,
right?
and stuff like that.
Because if we realize like, oh, actually most
we all have the same fucking problems.
MS-13, right? Yeah, we all have the same shit. We're all trying to deal with this shit, and a few people are benefiting, and so many people are not.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the haves and have nots.
So how do we do that? How do we actually have that conversation? And I think it probably comes down to like voting, right?
Yeah. And it needs to be happening, because I think that, I say this all the time, like, eventually people think it's a race thing now. Eventually it's going to be a class thing. You know what I mean? So people think that, because you're black, you get, the worst amount of treatment. I'm like, no, the treatment is going to be for all of us. It's a class thing. It's because you're not them. And if you're not them, then they don't care about you. You don't matter. You know what I mean?
Look at the BET. It's good you said that, because look at the BET founder, Bob Johnson. He just came out. He was like, "Listen, the Democrats are getting too far left," which I do agree with. I do agree that the Democrats are just getting a little out of control, because I don't believe that socialism will work in this country. I don't. Here's why I don't fuck with socialism. Let me tell you. No. And then just let me tell you why.
Red fear over here.
No.
I'm interested to hear this.
Here's the issue. Yes, people are going to say that, well, we have to obviously, we wouldn't put socialism in effect with everything that we have going on now. It still involves having the state control a large amount of shit.
Yeah,
which makes me nervous, because look at what they're doing now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't ever get anything together for the working class people, for the people within the country. But any time that there's a law that benefits them, I'm talking about on both sides of the aisle. You never hear about any of their pay getting cut. All of their increases get voted on. Whenever it comes in for their self-interest, they're completely
it's always pushed through.
You know what I mean?
There's always so many obstacles for us.
And I don't necessarily like I'm just really fucking jaded. I don't trust humans. I believe that it doesn't matter. Like, once you get enough power, you're gonna get intoxicated by it. You know what I mean? You're gonna start loving it a little bit. You're gonna push it a little bit more, because the highway to hell was paved with good intentions.
Peace.
You know what I'm saying?
Peace.
That's what I believe. Like it's in good faith right now, until you get a bully like Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Or just someone like that in there, and it just turns up the whole shit. Like, I just don't.
Shout out my boy YG.
I just don't. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump. I just don't trust it. Like, that's my whole thing. I just don't trust. Now, don't get me wrong. I am so for universal healthcare. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm for that.
Need that.
I am for having a livable wage being minimum wage. I'm for that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But I don't want to get too much. I don't want the state getting bigger than what it already is, because I'm already hating it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already fucking hating it. Like, fucking the minute they start coming out with like this whole facial recognition technology shit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like it's
biometrics, yeah.
Fucking shit.
Christ. I mean, the thing. I guess the thing that is the thing that is scary, right, is like a totalitarian government, and the problem with like law. Our like discussion of like leftist leftist governments and leftist policies is that they always go back to like the totalitarian states that certain communist regimes created, like China or like the Soviet Union or Cambodia as like one of the worst examples. Cuba. But we never really, or Cuba, right? But we don't really talk about the really successful democratic socialist states
Yeah, there is
Right.
no good representation of that.
Well, there is, right? Because we're talking about like Denmark, Sweden, all of these,
okay.
right?
Right,
Like,
right, right.
And I'm not saying that these countries are like us and that we have the exact same set of challenges or they have the same set of challenges that we have. But
They're
like you're
super
saying,
nice
right?
over
There
there.
are ways to do it. There are ways to enact policies, like for instance, Social Security, which is a socialist policy, that benefit a lot of people, that don't hurt working people, that like maybe increase the taxes on some people, specifically like people with $100 billion.
100%. Yeah,
Like, you know, like, yeah. So I think, yeah, what you're saying is like, yeah, you don't trust the state to like deal with certain things, but also we have to trust the state to deal with the things that the state can only deal with in the way that the state can deal with it.
And I guess my only issue with it is because I'm thinking about it from an American standpoint, right? We Americans are fucking savages. That's why, like, our history is savagery.
Yeah. Very violent history.
So why would I think any like why would I don't want to make it any bigger than what it already is. Like that kind of thing. Like even like we want to like okay, for us to for that to happen. And I'm not for the socialism, but for that to happen, you would have to dismantle all the institutions, which I don't see how that happening because, you know, we have lobbyists have a direct line to our congressmen and women, you know what I mean, and our senators.
Yep.
And no one, and this is what I'm talking about.
And Russia comes out of left field too.
No, but listen to this. It's known that lobbyists have a direct line to our senators and our congressmen and women.
Well, that's what they do.
We got to
Right?
take money
listen.
out of politics.
They whip
Just gotta
votes.
get rid of it.
But no one, but you don't see any, because listen, it happens on both sides of the aisle, and you don't see any of them disavowing it. You don't see any of them saying, listen, we got to cut this out. Don't get me wrong, AOC has said that.
Bernie.
But, you know what I mean? Uncle Bernie has said that.
Uncle Bernie.
Yo, listen, Bernie Sanders, how old is he? He's like,
He's old.
It's
He's
gonna,
old.
be, it's gonna be the weekend at Bernie soon.
but here's what I'm saying. Those are the only two that we've heard say it.
right.
Anyone else saying it at this time, I'm looking at it like you what do you want out of this? You know what I mean? Americans just don't do things out of the kindness of their heart.
No,
What
hell
do you
no.
want to do
What
out
is
of
that?
this? But and that's why that's my whole thing is like
Want
why would we want to
an
make
asset.
this shit
That's what it
bigger?
is. It's an
Because
asset.
like
some kind of asset.
you know like and I don't and I
Some
just
kind of asset.
I just
You know
don't
that
trust
we always
it.
on the gain.
You see what I mean? Which is why
We don't
like
just
like,
do shit for the kindness of our
like
heart.
I have
What's aid? What is that?
I so when I have conversations with my big and my fraternity, I won't say his name out here, but when I have like conversations about something like that, and we get into it more so just because it's like, listen, in theory it sounds good. This is what you want, but I don't trust anyone down in Washington to do it,
Oh yeah.
and I don't trust anybody once they get down to Washington to be able to do it.
Yeah. Because that's the
Like I just like giving them that much power because they have enough power now, and it's fucking scary. Because not for nothing, all Donald Trump got to say is Black of the Berry is promoting some kind of terrorist activity, make up some bullshit, and there now is a law that like we can basically go off to like a black like a black site. They can fuck us up, interrogate us, do all kind of crazy shit, and they can also do it on American soil as well.
Yep,
if they
the
want to.
Homeland Act.
Talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
The president can now deploy his own troops and order hits on civilians.
Now I believe that was passed under Obama, correct?
it was.
Yeah.
It was an extension of the Patriot Act. But I'm saying,
Yeah,
you-
I mean,
no, I'm just trying to add it. But
Yeah.
what I'm, but it's that kind of shit. Like it kind of keeps me up at night. You know
Oh,
what I mean? Like
absolutely.
and I'm just like I don't want it to get any necessarily bigger. Like I just want to listen. I want to be able to. I think everybody,
especially
should,
because you live in New York, it's a police state, man.
son. I can't even. Depending on how somebody come in the crib, like I have a legal shotgun.
Right.
Like if you come in the crib, I'm going like you know what I'm saying?
12.
But depending on the circumstances, I could be in the wrong.
Yeah.
I have to announce that I got this weapon. I gotta call the cops first. I gotta try to run and then like get back into a corner and then use the shit. Versus in Texas
Or Florida.
or Florida.
That's the, but I mean that's the.
But then
that's
it's the catch.
problem there
But then
too, man.
it's the catch 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that stand your ground shit is kind of crazy.
It's scary, man.
But
Anyone
then-
gets
That's
shot.
discretional too with the stand your ground.
But here is the one thing I will say about that though. In a situation like that, you got yours, I got mine, you got yours. I'm just betting on me.
Yeah.
I feel as if like
I'm shooting both of y'all. I don't give a fuck about it. If all our lives are on the line, I will put 2 in both of y'all heads.
Oh, thanks. That's really nice.
That's very nice.
I'm not shooting either of you guys.
I hope you know. If everybody's got their guns out,
no, I'm not saying like that.
I'm capping both of you.
Let's talk. Let's not shoot each other.
I'm not saying we have the guns out. I'm just saying that if we all have weapons on us.
Oh, okay.
And another thing too, but also too, I was like, I got family from the South, so the whole thing is like, you don't pull out a weapon unless you're going to use it.
Right.
So I pulled it out, and it's going to be used. There's no talking at that point.
My point. Right.
But what I'm trying to state is that, and it's a catch-22 because then you got, I think it was down in Florida, but then it's everywhere because then you had this fucking racist white guy who just stabbed this black kid who was playing rap music and it was scaring him.
Mm-hmm. And that's
you see what I mean?
Too. But come on. You know you're not scared.
But here's the whole thing though. But then when everybody has a weapon, you still run into those kind of people.
Right.
But if we all got weapons, I kind of feel like.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And like it's kind of like
somebody's gonna loop this in the Second Amendment. Watch. Go ahead.
Well, I'm pro Second Amendment.
No, I know,
but I don't. But one, I believe in universal background checks.
Okay.
I also believe that we don't. I don't need a military grade weapon. I'm American. I should be able to have one, but I don't need it. So if you want to take it away, that's fine because I can just. I'm cool.
What, like an AR, like an AK? Why do you need that?
I said I don't need it.
Oh,
I'm saying I'm American. I would want it, but I don't need it. I'm cool.
So
like all I need is a rifle. All I need is a rifle or a shotgun.
I mean,
and a handgun.
I'm definitely
need a handgun.
in support of it, but not as vigilantly as he is.
No,
I think we need to armor up for sure because in fear of that,
the police state.
Yes,
sure. Yeah.
Even but besides only the police
and
state,
home defense, of course, but
home defense. But then also too, let's not act like
than
America can't. Like, okay, we all keep saying that America can't get invaded, and I really want to believe that. But if somebody really wanted to, really tried and threw enough bodies, aka China, we could have a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, but yeah.
And then also too, I'm also scared about the
what
end of the world shit.
You know what that means?
What happens if this shit all goes down?
No, let me tell you something. If China comes
I'm being I'm being real. Like this is like
if we
you gotta have some shit.
If we ever get invaded, I'm going straight to the hood. I'm going to Jersey. I'm going to. I'm going to down south Miami. I'm like, listen, I'm going with them Haitians. Like, listen, you got any machetes? Anything? Because I'm going with them.
But all I'm trying to say is that
those are the militias.
At least if we all got something, it keeps everyone it keeps everybody honest.
Yeah.
Because listen, like, all right,
and
let's say you got me in a room with a racist and we both got a gun on.
Yeah,
it's cool if we both. Okay, he's racist. Okay, that's cool. He got his. I got mine. And we sitting here. Mm-hmm. What you gonna do, bud? You gonna sit your ass down there because at the end of the day, you don't know.
Right.
You think you bad, but then I could be bad too.
Yeah.
This ain't a fight. This ain't a fight where like, okay, if I lose, I'm just gonna get a jaw broke.
6 inches of pressure. 6 inches of pressure.
Like, bro, like you lose this, you going in the ground. So I think it keeps people. I think it will keep you more honest. But I also do believe in like we don't need military grade weapons. I don't need to have like grenades and shit. No. I don't need to have like
no reason for an AR to be used in.
But then not for nothing, stees or sleeves depending on the day. Someone like him, I think that he should be able to have.
Well, that's different. He's got military training. That's completely different.
But if somebody like that, and then he passed a psych eval in the military, said that okay, like he's stable enough to have one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem if he had one.
Yeah, that's different though.
You see what I'm saying? But like I don't think like people like us.
Nah.
Need to have that kind of artillery.
Nah, hell no.
Shotguns, rifles. You know what I'm saying? We can get different fucking equipments to it, and handguns. I think that should be what for the ordinary citizen.
I would say some rifles too, though.
Depending, it depends on the rifle.
Yeah.
But I'm also shooting like.
Dude, we went all over the place with this one, man.
100%. We didn't. So what are your thoughts on Second Amendment?
Dude, I came from a family where it was not even a question that guns were just not a thing. So like it's not even close to my culture. I respect if people want to have a gun for like hunting or whatever. Yeah, I'm Teach, very close to Parkland. I think the idea that anyone can get an assault rifles is pretty horrifying.
100%.
So I don't know. It's one of those things where like I can't even be in another person's perspective in this. You know what I mean? I can't be like, I understand where you're coming from. And I understand distrust of government, distrust of institutions. So I would never be like, no, dude, what you're saying is stupid. I personally wouldn't trust myself to have a gun just because how am I supposed to know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily trust myself.
But you know what though? And I would say to people like, for instance, like me, like, like I got a gun at, at my house. It's funny enough. You forget about it half the time. Like half the time, I forget I have a gun unless I have to clean it or unless I'm going out to, to take it out to like, shoot and some shit like that. Like, when I'm waking up every day, I don't even remember that I have the gun. Like, I get into an argument in my house, and I'm not thinking about I'm about to go shoot somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get into,
grab my pistol.
You know what I'm saying? Let me grab my shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I'm getting into like, you know, argument with somebody outside. You know, like, you know, my dog got into a little bit of a dispute with another one. My thought wasn't to go back and shoot that dog. You know what I mean? Or shoot the owner. Like, nah. And we were outside my house.
Should have been.
I could have went right in there.
Should have shot that
You know what I'm
dog
saying?
in cold blood.
If something would have happened to
kidding,
my
I'm
dog,
kidding, Peter.
you know what I mean? I wouldn't even have shot that dog then. It just would have been like I would have just called the cops. You know what I mean? But you know, you kind of like you don't. That's not like, at least for me, there's not like the first thought. Like when I'm thinking like that, to me, because I guess it was like you said, just the way I was raised. It was like the way I was taught. Like, I come from like a gun toting family, but it was, but because they're from the South,
right?
And then also too, they grew like, you know, my grandmother and my great aunts and uncles who were still alive, they grew up in segregation. So it was like, you know, their whole thing is like, you have one, but you know, and you know, sometimes you have them in every room, but you don't necessarily, like, you don't go out your way to use it. You don't go out your way, like, you know, you get to argue with somebody outside. I'm not pulling, you know, you just don't pull the pistol out.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't, but I just, like you said, like, but I do respect somebody who also, like, you know, a Parkland survivor. I understand when they're like, yo, listen, like, we got to figure out some shit about, you know, fucking gun control. And I'm like, yeah, you're damn right we do.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't be able to, like, just fucking walk into the spot like that.
No, yeah.
It's I mean, that's horrifying.
But on the flip side, it scares me, like, in New York now. So, like, let's say you lived in New York, right? I won't use you because you don't fuck with guns. Me. Let's say I live in New York, and let's say I did have a kid, right? And I have a kid who's fucking 14 years old. And he decides that he wants to get into animation. He just draws some real violent shit. If the teacher knows that I have a gun in my house, they can report me and they're gonna come take my gun, or they're gonna try at least.
Huh.
Yeah, like it's that scares me. But then I understand because of the whole Parkland thing. So like I get it, but then it's like for you just to come say you're gonna come take it. Like you're not even gonna go see like if I have it adequately, like you know, like secure. Like you know what I'm saying? Like now it's like, you know, it's two adults in the house. You know what I mean? Like my gun is where my gun is. It has the lock on it, but I don't necessarily have to have it in the actual safe. But you know, if like little people start running around, then then you know we'll look into fucking, you know, getting a fucking safe.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't understand why I should just get taken off the grid without you even coming to assess the situation. You just come take it.
No, yeah, absolutely. And
I can have it whole fingerprint and all that shit. It's just fucking, that's what I mean. Like I just don't, like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I just get
No. I feel you. I think that it's totally fair for you to be distrustful. Like another thing is that like I'm coming from this like really privileged, like I'm a straight white man. I grew up in Connecticut. I never had to even think about like violence, you know,
right?
Not even like a part of my.
But yeah.
It's just like didn't even happen. So when gun stuff started to happen, it was like I had to adjust to this conversation because this conversation is like, I guess people have guns, you know. But yeah. I'm not as nuanced on the gun conversation as I am about other stuff. I think that a lot of it probably stems from just like a general lack of people being happy in this country, and that comes from like economic issues, that comes from issues of feeling disenfranchised in a million different ways. So I think there's a lot of stuff to attack. This is my personal opinion, a lot of stuff to attack before we attack like Second Amendment stuff. It's just not that important to me.
Yeah, like universal healthcare, we could definitely figure
Imagine
that out.
if that happened, how much could this be addressed? Like how much could, because most gun deaths are suicide deaths, right?
Yep.
And that doesn't mean that it's any less of an important life that's taken. It just means like, okay, so that's something that we could attack.
We have universal healthcare, and that means that they can go ahead and then go get checked out by the doctor.
Like that would be amazing, rather
psychiatrist,
than going into debt for something like that.
100%.
Right? So, yeah, you know, I think it's cool that you like guns. Sure, why not? I shot one once. It horrified me. Too scary.
It made my dick hard when I shot that shit. I was like, oh, this shit is fun.
It's too scary for me.
First time I shot a gun, I was like 12 years old. My father was teaching me how to shoot, and then I'll never forget because I got from up here. So we're down there shooting, and then like a cop came, and like I got scared, so I like just put the gun down.
Yeah.
And the cop then he pulls up, and he goes, talking to my dad, and he goes, "Hey, your son's all right? What's going on?" Whatever like that. He goes, "He just dropped his gun." And then he was like, "Oh, I'm from here, but he's born in the city, whatever like that. We live in the city." And he was like, "Oh, where at?" Like New York. He goes, "Oh." He goes, "Yeah." I'm about to say, you got him out here kind of young to be teaching them. Yeah, and then because like I'll never forget, he was like, "Yeah, I had my daughter out. She's 5. Probably better shot.
5-year-old shooting a gun."
And he was like,
man.
probably a better shot than me. Like he was making fun of me a little bit. And then maybe like 30 minutes later, there was like a garter snake out there, and I couldn't get it. And then like I kept trying to shoot it, but I kept missing it. And then my great grandmother, she had to have been like, she passed when she was like 104 or 105. I forget.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah, I got some long living genes.
That's
My
good. Good
great-grandfather was
genetics.
like 94. But she was like in her high 80s, like 87, 88.
Mm-hmm.
She busted that shit twice. Shotgun.
Killed it.
Ever since that shit, I was like, oh, I'm definitely having guns. I said, Mama could fuck something up now. Like, you would, like, yo, back then, you have no idea going to the crib, think everything is all sweet and cool.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? She's like, oh, let me just go get you some cereal real fast while you robbing me. Bam, bitch, you're dead.
Ow.
Gone. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a little dark there. But regardless, okay. Pro Second Amendment shit. You know, basically everybody sucks dick and sucks because fucking. Well, no, I'm just saying we all do because fucking we just can't get our immigration shit right.
Oh, well, I mean that.
Well, I suck.
I guess that's how this whole thing
Right, but
started, isn't it?
that really got nothing to do with me. I have no.
No, I'm not talking about
ruling in that.
No, I'm not talking about us. And I'm gonna pause.
Damn.
I'm gonna pause that statement.
Yeah.
No, but
Please do.
I meant like just like, you know, America in general and even Mexico in general.
Oh, yeah,
and just
yeah,
all these other countries. Like, it's just a whole bunch of finger pointing, and it's like if everybody could just take ownership and figure out a proper and a correct way to get individuals in. If there's people who are committing crimes and bad people, then yeah, you go get them out. But for the most part, like, you know, have some really time to think about this shit, especially with ICE running around Long Island. Like, I know a lot of good people who are, you know, got their shit in the works or whatever, or they were brought here from their families.
It's scary.
Haven't committed any crimes, they own businesses, and they pay taxes.
It's scary.
So they pay taxes and they own businesses, then what are we bothering them for?
Yeah.
Haven't committed a crime.
Yeah. I mean, that's not, you know, it's a question for ICE, you know?
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Listen, this is about, how long we been going for? Like 2 hours now?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, shit.
I like it.
Yeah, this is like a 2-episoder.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
definitely a two-parter.
Thank you, Mr. Walsh. We appreciate this.
I really
brother.
appreciate you guys having me. You know, it was on the way. It worked out really perfectly.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Piece of chicken.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
from Dean to Walsh to myself, we gave you out some strongman, we gave you out some immigration, we gave you out some gun control stuff, we gave you out some poetry stuff. I like this one.
We fucking went all over the fucking
This is like a variety pack episode. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So once again, we love y'all. Black of the Berry. Peace, peace,
Peace, love, and
Thanks.
chicken. Peace, 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 peace.